Hello, this is Sabika Syed and welcome to the print headlines. Prashant Kishor wins Bankipur seat in Bihar by poll. Suraaj Party founder Prashant Kishor scored a major victory by defeating BJP candidate Neeraj Kumar Sinha by 18,953 votes in the Bankipur Assembly by poll. Election Commission figures showed Kishor secured 63,203 votes against Sinha's 44,250, while RJD candidate Rekha Gupta finished third. The by-election was held after Nitin Nabin was elected to the Rajya Sabha. Brij Bhushan, Sharan Singh and aide Vinod Tomar acquitted in women wrestlers sexual harassment case. A Delhi court today acquitted former BJP MP Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh in a sexual harassment case filed by women wrestlers. Additional Chief Judicial Magistrate Ashwini Panwar announced the judgment. Singh's counsel Rajiv Mohan said, and I quote, noting that both accused are honorably acquitted, the court observed that the unexplained delay, inconsistencies, contradiction on major issues, and post-incident conduct of all complainants made their version highly unbelievable. Public prosecutor Manish Rawat said that after examining the detailed order, appropriate action would be taken before the higher courts. Women wrestlers to appeal Brij Bhushan acquittal. Vinesh Phogat and other women wrestlers have decided to appeal the acquittal of former BJP MP Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh in the sexual harassment case. In a post on X, Phogat said the women wrestlers had instructed their lawyers to appeal the decision as soon as possible. Her post said, and I quote, the female wrestlers have instructed their lawyers to appeal this decision and this will be done as soon as possible. We have not lost hope and the wrestlers will continue their fight. For Karnataka's cabinet expansion, 20 names approved by Congress High Command. The Congress High Command approved the inclusion of 20 legislators in the Karnataka Cabinet today. An expansion of the cabinet was expected, with the Congress including 10 new faces. Today, Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar received a letter containing the list of legislators approved for inclusion in the cabinet. Gayatri Shantigowda, an MLC, will be the lone woman minister in the cabinet. Lakshmi Hebelkar was the lone woman minister in the previous cabinet headed by Siddaramaiah. Lok Sabha passes bill increasing Supreme Court judges without debate. The Lok Sabha today passed a bill replacing an ordinance that increased the number of Supreme Court judges from 34 to 38, including the Chief Justice of India, without a debate. The bill was passed as opposition members raised slogans against the NEET paper leaks and the alleged theft of Ram Temple donations. A statutory resolution moved by opposition members against the ordinance was rejected by a voice vote. Supreme Court clarifies states can withdraw FIRs against CJP student protesters. The Supreme Court today clarified that its July 28 order would not prevent Delhi or any other state from closing or withdrawing proceedings arising out of FIRs registered against student protesters wherever permissible under law. The clarification came after the centre submitted that it was serious about its assurance that amnesty would be granted to students who participated in demonstrations over the NEET paper leak. The clarification covers the July 20 Parliament March and subsequent protests in several states. Supreme Court asked Centre to consider plea against Jantar Mantar as protest site. The Supreme Court today asked Solicitor General Tushar Mehta to consult the Union Government on a petition arguing that Jantar Mantar is no longer the appropriate venue for protests. The petitioner argued that prolonged demonstrations were causing severe inconvenience to commuters in central Delhi due to traffic congestion and disruptions. Chief Justice Suryakant described the issue as important and directed that the matter be listed separately after the centre takes instructions. Kharge demands Amit Shah explain police action against students in Parliament. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge today demanded that Home Minister Amit Shah appear in Parliament and explain the lathi charge and pellet gun action against protesting students. The opposition has been seeking a statement from the Home Minister on the police action during the July 20 protests and has also demanded his resignation. Kharge further said Prime Minister Narendra Modi should explain how donations to the Ram Temple were allegedly stolen. CJP founder Abhijit Deepke says US studies funded through scholarship and education loan. Cockroach Jantar Party founder Abhijit Deepke said allegations regarding the funding of his studies abroad were false. Today, Deepke said his education in the United States was funded through a scholarship and an education loan. He said education had become unaffordable and inaccessible for common people in India and added that the responsibility on the Cockroach Jantar Party had increased after the recent protests. Kejriwal alleges centre yielded to Trump on E20 fuel. AAP National Convener Arvind Kejriwal said he would march to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's residence tomorrow with 100 people to submit petitions against E20 fuel. Kejriwal alleged that India had yielded to US President Donald Trump by agreeing to buy ethanol from the United States. He also demanded that petrol pumps provide customers with the option of purchasing both pure petrol and E20 fuel. Kerala High Court grants bail to 9 accused in attack on ED officials. The Kerala High Court today granted bail to 9 accused in the attack on Enforcement Directorate officials during the raid on former Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan's residence in May 2026. Justice Kausar Edapagat granted bail with conditions, noting that the accused had spent over 60 days in custody and had no previous criminal history. The court also observed that the charge of attempted murder could not be made out and that the investigation had reached its final stage. Assam government releases first tranche of 75,000 rupees flood relief. The Assam government today released the first tranche of interim flood relief of about 75,000 rupees each to affected households. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma released the assistance from Dibrugarh while touring the worst hit districts. Officials said the flood death toll has risen to 85 after 3 more deaths were reported, though the number of affected people has declined to 1.35 lakh. Kerala rain death toll rises to 15, 7 people still missing. The death toll in rain-related incidents across Kerala has risen to 15, while 7 people remain missing, Chief Minister V.D. Satisan said today. After reviewing the flood situation with senior officials, the Chief Minister said 316 relief camps were functioning across the state as of 9 am, sheltering 11,018 displaced people. Rescue and relief operations have been intensified amid continuing heavy rain. Supreme Court directs MEA to trace Indian seafarer missing after Black Sea drone attack. The Supreme Court today directed the Ministry of External Affairs to use diplomatic channels to trace Indian seafarer Deepak Kumar Gupta, who went missing after his cargo ship was struck by drones in the Black Sea on July 25. A bench headed by Chief Justice Suryakant asked Solicitor General Tushar Mehta to obtain instructions from the Indian embassies in Ukraine and Romania regarding Gupta's whereabouts. The court acted after the seafarer's family sought urgent government intervention. Vishwesh Negi appointed India's next ambassador to Iran. The Ministry of External Affairs today appointed Joint Secretary Vishwesh Negi as India's next ambassador to Iran. Negi is a 2002 batch Indian Foreign Service officer and currently serves as a Joint Secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs. The appointment comes amid heightened tensions in West Asia. Death toll rises to 17 in Pakistan peace rally explosion. The death toll in the suicide attack on a police station during a peace rally in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province rose to 17 today after 3 more people succumbed to their injuries. The explosion took place on Sunday, which was yesterday, while the Swat peace rally was underway near the police station in Kabul town in Swat district. Police said the blast occurred during the rally and the death toll could rise further. Pakistan blocks Al Jazeera over POK reporting. Pakistan blocked access to Al Jazeera today, a day after the Qatari news organization published reports on anti-government protests and election-related unrest in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Authorities have not officially announced a ban, nor has the Pakistani government publicly commented on the reported restrictions. However, Pakistan's Information and Broadcasting Ministry accused the broadcaster of selective reporting and misrepresenting the elections and voting process in POK. Ukraine and Russia exchanged strikes, at least 14 killed. Ukrainian attacks on Russia killed at least 9 people yesterday, while Russian attacks on Ukraine killed at least 5, according to officials in both countries. The exchange of strikes comes amid signs that both Moscow and Kyiv are increasing the scale and intensity of attacks on each other nearly 4.5 years into the war. Oil prices tumble after Trump delays Iran attack. Oil prices fell by around $4 a barrel today after US President Donald Trump held off on launching a fresh attack on Iran in an effort to reach a nuclear agreement and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Brent crude futures fell $4.08 to $83.85 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate crude dropped $4.01 to $80.66. Auqib Nabi replaces Jasprit Bumrah for Sri Lanka Test Series. The Board of Control for Cricket in India, or the BCCI, confirmed today that Bumrah failed to obtain the required fitness clearance after sustaining the injury during the ODI series against England. Jammu and Kashmir pacer Auqib Nabi has been drafted into the squad as Bumrah's replacement, earning his maiden senior India call-up. That's all we have for you today. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest.